In ancient Greek mythology, Medusa was a Gorgon, a female creature with snakes for hair whose gaze could turn people to stone. Here is a retelling of her story. Medusa was one of the three Gorgon sisters in Greek mythology, known for their terrifying appearance with snakes for hair. Medusa was the only mortal among her sisters, and it was said that her beauty was so great that it could turn any man's head. Medusa was once a beautiful woman with long golden hair. She was so beautiful that many people admired her, and even the gods themselves were taken by her grace. Her charm, beauty and intelligence made many men seek for her hand in marriage. However, Medusa was not interested in any of them, for she had dedicated her life to the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. One day, while she was praying in the temple, Poseidon, the god of the sea, saw her and fell in love with her. He approached her and tried to seduce her, but she resisted him, for she had vowed to remain pure and chaste. Poseidon was enraged by her rejection, and he raped her in the temple of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. Athena, who was outraged by the desecration of her temple, instead of punishing Poseidon, who was a fellow god, she punished Medusa by turning her into a Gorgon with the power to turn people into stone. After her transformation, Medusa fled to a remote island where she lived in isolation, feared by all who knew her. Her terrifying gaze and venomous snakes kept all who might stumble upon her at bay. Over time, she became a feared and reviled figure, and her name became synonymous with evil and horror. Many brave warriors sought to slay Medusa and claim her head as a trophy, but all of them failed, turned to stone before they could even get close. One day, the hero Perseus came to the island seeking to kill her. He had been sent on a mission by King Polydex, who was infatuated with Perseus' mother and wanted him out of the way. This was seemingly an impossible mission, and he was aided in his quest by the goddess Athena, who gave him a polished shield to use as a mirror and instructed him to approach Medusa without looking directly at her. Perseus used the shield to reflect Medusa's gaze back at her, and then he beheaded her with a swift stroke of his sword. From her blood sprang two creatures, the winged horse Pegasus and the giant Chrysaor. Medusa's head was a powerful weapon, and Perseus used it to defeat his enemies and complete his quests. Eventually, he gave the head to Athena, who placed it on her shield as a symbol of her power and protection. Medusa's fate was tragic, but her story has been retold many times over the centuries. Some see her as a victim, punished for her virtue and her devotion to the goddess. Others see her as a symbol of the dangers of beauty and the consequences of temptation. Whatever the interpretation, Medusa remains a powerful figure in mythology, a woman who defied the gods and paid a heavy price. Her legacy has lived on through the ages, as her image has been immortalized in countless works of art and literature, serving as a symbol of both terror and beauty. In the modern day, people are continually using Medusa tattoo in some cases, as a symbol of surviving SE abuse or assault. This interpretation is often associated with the myth of Perseus, who defeated Medusa by cutting off her head, and can represent the idea of overcoming trauma and reclaiming power. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to help the channel grow and learn more history. Any time is time for tales.